Welcome dart players one and all. Today we're going to be playing my first ever tournament on Scolia. I've never played anyone live on Scolia, but after I uploaded myself against the bot, a couple of people said they wanted to see me play a tournament. And as chance would have it, the very next day I had a 3-hour session cancellation. So we had a bit of time. So that's what we're going to do. Now, this was the first round. Just showing you my opener. Then we're going to play from the quarterfinal onward because this was a 64-man event, which has got a lot. So it'll be a heck of a long video otherwise. But I wanted to show you this. So this is what I was afraid of. I had an IT issue straight away. Second visit. You can see I've hit 100, it's registered 20. And this is what made me skeptical of doing.
You see that, son?
But I actually I found this really interesting. You can see I'm a little bit lost, but you're going to ask him or check with him to make sure he knows his 100. So I'm going to type it in by here, but you actually didn't need to do this at all. It's really unique. I never knew they did this, but if you opt to correct your score, it allows the other player to see your dartboard and accept or decline. I thought that's brilliant. That's absolutely excellent. That does stop a lot of the cheating, which is why I don't play online darts. I tried it during lockdown. Really got on my nerves. Never wanted to do it again. So, yeah, I put in the score that I've actually hit. Wait for his approval. And then he sees my dartboard like that. How cool is that?
100.
That's awesome. So anyway, this was the first game. Got through this one 2-0. It wasn't the best game ever, but it is what it is. Now this is the quarterfinal onward. And I can't actually remember how I played. I remember playing well in the final. Even though I had a few scrappy darts, the overall bigger picture was pretty good. But yeah, this was strange. Again, I haven't played online for about 4 or 5 years. The first initial lockdown. That's a good way to start any quarterfinal. Nice solid 10. They all look good as well. But this year is one of the reasons I stopped playing online darts. He's taking absolutely ages. And I did actually have to have a word with him. So I did. But, yeah. See, this is just annoying. Online darts is meant to be really, really fast. You know? A little bit too fast for me, if anything. I was always quite a steady Eddie player. Now, this is the first time playing on darts as a rhythm player. So a lot of my followers will know I've already been playing with rhythm as a quick thrower for about 6 months now. So it's this is all one big learning curve to me. I'm too old for online darts. But yeah, I say that. I'm only 31, but it's I don't know, it's just something I've never really got into. But I did actually enjoy this tournament. You know, this was good. And I'm glad to say he did actually speed up, because that was annoyingly slow. I'm very surprised this player got this far. When I looked at his averages, he actually played quite a lot better than this. It's a strange thing, you know, playing darts tournaments. Sometimes good players lose to players they should never lose. There was one guy who lost very early on in the top 64. He averaged 100. I mean, how does that work? And then you end up playing a player like this in the quarterfinal. I don't got anything against that. It's just, it was really strange. Because there's no cap on the average strength of this tournament. I went for a tournament that had no cap. Because I want to play better dart players, you know. But even the guy I played in the final, if I'm honest, everyone just played poor against me. I think it's because I was noticeably better. And they weren't used to having that pressure put on them. But that's the first time he's really hit anything. But yeah, I think it's just because my darts are straighter than they used to. You know, they used to people just making mistakes and scrapping through games. Most of my darts were fairly straight, to be fair. And even though I felt like I wasn't playing well this day, I played really well at times. I had gears in me. And that's what you need to win a darts tournament, any tournament. It's just hitting at the right time. You know, that's a miss, but that's my first stray dart of the leg. It really doesn't matter. I've got time. And this is where things went a little bit scrappy. Yeah. I remember this part of the match now watching it back. I think it's, it kills the average quite a bit. But, yeah, again, look, he hasn't put any pressure on me. So I kind of started falling asleep a bit. Intentionally missed high on the second dart. But, just silly. Yeah. Took my foot off the gas. As soon as he put a bit of pressure on Bayer, I felt fine. But again, why is he taking so long? I should really know the shot. But, yeah. He must know the shot because he's got 18s. He's done the right shot. So he must know what he's going for. And then he's decided to switch the shot. Why? Why not go 18 and bowl? If you can, otherwise, what's the point of going 18s? It makes no sense. Okay, and this is where I had my first really bad leg of the tournament. That is 24 darts, and I still haven't gone out, which is absolutely diabolical. But we all do it. Let's not pretend otherwise. What makes you a good dart player is doing it less than other people. But, yeah, it is what it is. That's very close. Single 1, double 2. I think that was my worst leg of the entire tournament. 27 darts. That is rare. Really, really rare. I will not be doing that again, I promise you. But that's what happens when you miss doubles. Took my foot off the gas and missed them. But let's see if we can get a good average. Just keep them straight. Pop in some good scores and see if we can fix that average and get a nice win. Win's a win. Yeah. And that's kind of what I was playing at this time. Most of the time my average is probably around 80. But today it was overall still in the 70s, even though I threw some scrappy darts. And I was over 70 for the tournament, somewhere in the 70s. I can't remember what. We'll have a look at the end. But there we go, we're starting to get it back. Nice little 99. Couple more trebles and we are flying. But he's having a pretty good leg all of a sudden. Where did this come from? 133 to leave 194. Beautiful darts. Fair play to him. There's a reason he has made it this far. You can obviously throw a dart. They've given me a ton 40, but that is a ton, and I will not cheat. So, it's a bit strange they ask you have to get permission to put your score lower. That's a bit weird. But still, it works. I was very happy with the system. But that's kept me back in it. Just puts pressure on him again. And this is where he's crumbling. I see this shows this guy can actually throw a dart, but he doesn't deal with pressure very well. Yeah, that's not too bad though, in the end. That's not too bad. But let's hit a big score now. Put pressure on again. 180. There it is. 180 to leave 64. Heck of a shot. You can't argue with that. Puts the average back into the 70s. After all those missed darts at a double. It's a shame I missed those darts at a double because I'd be in the 80s again. Where I should be. But let's take it out. Treble 8 tops. There's the treble 8. There's the double tops. 4 perfect darts. 5 perfect darts. Kapow! Boom. Straight to the point. Look at that heat map. The average is nowhere near what I can do, but that heat map. Always there with me, always there, straight, consistent. That's why I'm a coach, not a professional. And that brings us to the semi-final now. So, ball up, and he's hit the bowl. Beautiful shot. Nothing like winning the bowl with the bowl. That is lovely. Okay. Try to get off to a decent start, just keep them straight. Semi-final is always the hardest round of any darts tournament, other than the first round. I think we can all agree the first round is always horrible. Score 41 was not the end of the world, settle in. Just start keeping them straight. Watch the trebles fall. And I remember this player actually being quite good, even though he's a very bad scorer there. Now, look at this. See, this is my inexperience on using Scolia. I didn't realise he was asking for consent for something. And then as I've said yes to his score, look what happens when I pull my darts out. It gives me a score of 0. Like, what? And that was really, really annoying because it's a semi-final. Been playing for a while and I've just hit a score of 0 because of an IT issue. Now, I know it wasn't an incredible visit anyway, but I've just given him the 3-dart advantage back and crippled my average. So that's that. But oh, here we come. 2 treble 20s. Just wired the 180. There's a nice little 140. So even with a score of 0, that I really didn't deserve. Yeah, that's IT issues, man. I suppose that's the thing playing online. You do get these little things happen now and again. That did annoy me, but we're still averaging in the 70s despite it, so hey ho. Oh, it's giving me, it hasn't scored my 5 for some reason. Yeah. Scolia is not perfect. I don't think Scolia is perfect. When I Google it, I read it's like 99% accurate. That is not my finding at all. This is actually working as good as Scolia ever works for me. This is actually a really good day. Normally, it's not quite this good, if anything. That's another ton. Oh, it's a ton 40. It is a ton 40. She was punch touching in the red. Again, there's another mistake by Scolia. Silly. But how mad is that? We're averaging in the 80s. And we've actually had an IT issue giving us a score of 0. So it should be in the 90s right now. At least. So I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, sort it out now. Treble 17. There you go. Oh, I was happy with that. I remember that going through my head thinking, I've been on such a good leg. I wanted to win the tournament with a bit of a higher average, because I knew I was filming it for YouTube. You do want to perform. It's hard to perform for other people. You can never play darts for others. You've only got to play for yourself. And that kind of put me off for a couple of darts, if I'm honest. Which is a rookie mistake. I shouldn't be doing that. It's my own fault. It was giving me the game by accident, but I've corrected the score. Again, not a cheat. You're welcome. The message saying thanks there. Okay. Now, he has missed. And I suppose that's because he wasn't suspecting a comeback. He thought the game was over. He didn't know I hadn't hit it. But there we go. 68 average leg. Considering it a score 0, and I did put myself off a little bit. I got a bit wound up then. So, 6 darts. 3 given away by IT. 3 given away by my temperament. But I'll settle back down now. I'm sure I'll put in a good leg. See it off. Get us into the final. And then we are 2 away from winning. Nice and straight. That's what I want. See, that's where I'm working on it. It's not the trebles. The 180s aren't a problem. When I start finding the height, plenty of 180s and 140s is keeping them straight, more consistent. I want to get 27 and a 30 dart straight at minimum. And that's, honestly, I've been playing some pretty damn good darts. Yeah, well, my misses are small. First one in the 5 right on the wire. 2 treble 19s, beautiful recovery. Now 19 shooting. It's pretty sweet. Whoops, and I almost give 3 darts away then. Yeah. That's a good 10. That is a cool feature. I had no idea Scolia allowed you to do that. So I'm the geek in me's coming out with that now. But okay. 1 solid leg and we're done. We could put the match behind us. Yeah, I've had that 5 a few times right on the wire, but I've got to keep my elbow still. That only happens when I move my elbow. And I know that's the case. So by here, I'm having a quick talk to myself. I know exactly how to put it right, and I should be back in the centre of the 20. Just like that. That's the beauty of knowing your throw. I know exactly. That is so unlucky. How? Yeah. I'm thinking now, watching it back. How often do I agree with myself? Yeah. That is very unlucky. That is just cruel. But if you throw them that straight again, with that amount of accuracy, something's got to go in. There we go. It just had to be, didn't it? Fill it up. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. That is lovely. And this leg, all of a sudden, is not too bad at all. We had the 2 treble 19s in one visit. We've had the 2 treble 20s in that visit. That's not bad. You know, that very unfortunate 60, but ooh, that's blocking the treble 20. Treble 12 now for tops. He's got it. Tops, come on. Got all excited. Rush of blood. That's what the older gentlemen will call that in South Wales. That's what the old dart players say. Ooh, energy drink. I mean business. Tops. Double 10. I'm not messing this down. Look at the concentration on that. Didn't blink.
71 average should have been way more. That heat map is not justifiable for a 71 average.
Now, there was quite a long wait for me to play the final because I had to wait for someone to play a semi-final, well, finish a quarter-final game, then play a semi-final on the other side of the draw. So it was quite a while. So there is a little cut there because it took ages. But just like that, we are in the final, and that's what matters. 1 good performance, 2 good legs, start with something good. It'd be good to get an average somewhere in the 90s to win the final. The last 4 or 5 singles tournaments I've won, I haven't dropped a leg in the final, and this is only a first to 2, so I really should win this 2-0 in my head. That's what I want. I'm normally really good in finals. It's semi-finals that are the hardest. After the first round, of course. As I said earlier, the first round's a nightmare for any dart player. Yeah. If you're going to play a player who's much better than you, then the first round is probably your best chance of beating them. Yeah. Playing well in the first round is so hard. I've always struggled with the first round. And you know, I've never won a tournament without playing bad in the first round. If I play really well in the first round, which is rare, I don't win. There we go. Second one slipped out my hand a little bit there, but treble 20, step of the hand and then back in the treble 19. So that's a lovely start to this leg. Beautiful, 118 scored, and he's straight back in the treble 20 again. What is it? As soon as I'm in a final, it's easier. It's just, my head just works. My mindset's better. This is so strange. I even going for the double in the semis. I knew I was going to do it. I just didn't concentrate, didn't blink, took it out. And then final, game on. Here it goes. Go straight there. Just try to hit the barrel. Bit unlucky. Brush past the side of it. Then again, if it wasn't for a bit of bad luck, my averages in the first leg of the semis would have been not far off this anyway. But yeah, here we go. See if we can get this out in 6 darts. 2 visits. Single one. Oh, he's got to switch. It's a bad first dart, but 2 treble 19s will do. 109 left. And the way I've been hitting those treble 19s, you got to fancy this. So in my head, I'm thinking, right, keep straight on the treble 20. And that treble 19 is going to go in. If the treble falls in the 20s, fantastic. But it doesn't. It's straight though. Treble 19, I know this is going in. And it does. Double 16. And that is a 15 darter to open up.
Thank you. 44.
That is nice and appreciated by the opponent, which is always good. That's always good. Nice solid 10 to 10 average. on the first leg. Let's just get an 18 darter with a second in my head now. Keep them straight. Don't miss. Just keep straight. Keep straight, and you got match darts. Same thing I say to myself in every final. We're going to keep straight. We've already won the game now. This is it. All the pressure's on him. We're looking at stealing the darts already. He's starting to crumble already. Let's just keep them straight. There's the treble 19. And there's another treble 19. Beautiful. Man, my 19s. Keeps us around the 100 mark. 99 average. This is going lovely. Just keep straight. Just keep straight. Dead center again. Ooh, come on. No. Dead. Bad. That's not good. Why am I singing? I don't know. It's weird. That just happened. Okay. One mistake. Can't afford another. Because you never know when someone's going to kick in. And when I looked at this guy's averages, he averaged 75s and I 70 for the whole tournament. He was playing well. I feel he had 1 or 2 bad games, so I think his overall tournament average dropped quite a lot. And I think this was by far his worst game of the day. He did have a few averages around the 70 mark, low 70s, 74 to 68, something like that. So he can throw a dart. There's a 140, beautiful. Look at that. Now we're talking. Finals are easier for me. I don't know. It's strange. Probably in a final, I've got a good chance of winning it. Semis are hard. So strange. Semis are hard. Someone's going to do a hashtag with that one, isn't they? I'd walk straight into that. Treble 14 for double 14. Single 14, 16 and tops. Oh, he smacked the wire. That'd have been an 18 darter. But never mind. Let's just take this out in 19 darts. Double 10. Look at that concentration. Breathes. Doesn't take his eye off it. Job done.
And a jab. Look at that heat map. 88.41, 66.67 on my checkouts. Yeah, she'll do. Is that it now? That is it. You asked me to play a tournament. Didn't know what to expect. I did it. First attempt, I won it. That was quite easy, actually. Fair enough.